Hey everybody, it's Jessica. Welcome back for another Plan With Me video. So this week was originally going to be my graduation week. There was going to be a graduation ceremony for my master's degree, and I was going to go to it and be happy and hang out with all my friends in my master's program, and we were all looking forward to that. Obviously, those plans that I made at the beginning of the year with my family to come down to visit for this occasion had to be switched in March when the May 20th graduation day was postponed. And on top of that, then our elderly dog, she had to be put to sleep. So, and it was on May 20th. So this week was definitely not what I planned on at the beginning of this year. But as with any plans, you gotta be open to things changing because life is just really unpredictable. I used this gorgeous kit from Cinderella Paper for the graduation week, even though there was no graduation. I just felt like I needed something to lift my spirits. So I just kept using the graduation kit. I actually bought the extra full boxes to go with this just in case there is a in-person graduation later. And I actually bought another kit from Simply a Mess sticker shop too that's also graduation themed. Still with coffee doodles, clip art, but it's like her clip art for graduation from last year. This is her clip art from this year. So I have like all the graduation stickers ever. For the graduation that never happened. So yeah, I'll go through my plans day by day in just a minute, but I wanted to add that I put in some washi at the end from Michaels. They have a Class of 2020 washi pack, and of course like all of the washis that say Class of 2020 on them. I don't know when I'm going to use those. Again, I'm going to have to do a lot of crafty projects. I should send them to my sister actually, because one of my sisters, who is 10 years younger than I am, she graduated high school this year, so I should send her some Class of 2020 washi that she can play around with. Because other than the two of us, and then possibly some of my friends, I guess, that I graduated with, like, who else is going to be Class of 2020? And I also printed out some photos of myself wearing my graduation regalia. We did some photos on our back porch, our little, like, 8-foot patio space. I got some balloons that said Class of 2020 from Target and asked Nathan to take some photos of me, which he was very happy to do, so I appreciate that. We did that on the Sunday of this week that you're seeing, so at the end I'll print out some photos and stick those in the sidebar. And I just, like with my birthday spread last week, I went all out. I put every possible thing that I could put on here without totally overwhelming the spread. Like, I wanted to balance things out, obviously. I didn't want it to be too crazy. But I did want it to be special, especially because there's no, like, big gathering for my birthday or for graduation. So my planner was, like, the place where these things could really shine, since they weren't celebratory, truly. I mean, they were in their own way. Like, it was a very, like, chill celebration. But obviously there was no big party. So, like I said, just going all out in the planner. This was a very difficult week. I was still grading because grades were due on Friday. I finished my grading on Thursday, actually, the day before, just because I didn't want to leave it down to the wire. So, assigning grades definitely has a lot of responsibility with it, It's my job, and I take it very seriously, while at the same time kind of accounting for all of the stuff that happened this year that my students were not anticipating, So, yeah, I spent four out of 5 days this week grading. This part of the voiceover that you're hearing now was filmed before the first part, filmed after the first part, so there's like a couple of weeks in between these two voiceover sections, just because I have been having a really hard time keeping up with videos on this channel. So thank you for sticking with me, because it's been hard just to do basic things like get groceries right now, and like last week I had to run a bunch of errands, and that took a lot of energy out of me given the current circumstances. Like everything just takes more energy right now because you have to make sure that you're wearing your mask correctly and washing your hands properly and not touching your face, and that just takes a lot of mental energy. And I'm not asking for any pity or anything. Like everyone's going through that. But yeah, that's just why I've fallen. Originally I fell behind because of grad school and having to finish grading, and then I fell behind after that because like every time I end a really stressful semester, so like every semester, I just need to like zone out for a bit. So anyway, thank you for sticking with me through this. I'm recording this voiceover on June 23rd, so some stuff's gone down. If you don't know what is going on lately, you just have to Google Erin Condren, go to the news tab of Google, and you will have your answer, and you can decide for yourself how you feel about that. You don't even have to go on Facebook or Instagram or watch anybody's YouTube video. All you have to do is Google Erin Condren. And that was what I did because somebody made a video and I was like, what's going on? And so that's what I did, because I've been taking a break from Facebook and Instagram just because we are still totally social distancing completely. So I'm not really interested in seeing all of the people who aren't, personally. That's how I'm dealing with it. And so I didn't know what was going on until somebody posted a video on YouTube, because I've still been watching YouTube. And yeah, I just hit the Google News tab and I had my answer. And I have decided that I'm done with Erin Condren, especially based on watching some other people's videos and hearing their perspective on it. I will link somebody's YouTube live. I believe her YouTube name is Nadine Aija. Also, I've been watching a lot of her regular planner videos, and I'm always happy to find new people to follow. So yeah, I don't want you to take this video thinking that I still endorse Erin Condren. I'm starting to go through and take my referral link out of all of my videos. I'm hiding some videos, or taking down some videos, I should say, of things like when I visited the Erin Condren stores in the last year. I think the initial thing that happened was bad enough, but then her quote-unquote apologies, no amount of apology is ever going to make up for what happened. Like, you can't take that back, the impact that had. And then her latest post blamed like media inaccuracies. That was her phrase, media inaccuracies, without really addressing specifically what she thought the media, quote unquote, aka one small newspaper. She didn't specifically say what they got wrong, so that was, I was already done with her, and her company, but that was kind of the final thing for me. So that's how I feel. I'll probably cut that down so it makes more sense, but yeah, I'm done. I will continue to use this planner because it goes through the end of the year. It would be a waste of paper and a waste of the resources that have already been expended to just throw this planner out or to stop using it and buy a new one. I'm also, as you know, a recent graduate student, so I can't afford to buy a new planner right now, but I'm done promoting her products. The end. Okay, so then let's get into what happened this week. I was pretty, sad this week. So let's just go day by day, and you can kind of see how that unfolded. So Monday, I put in a $ little thing because there was something passed called the CARES Act that was specifically for students, and I got my disbursement from that. So that was good and helpful. And then I worked, so I have a work label. I worked a lot this day. I was posting grades, I was grading final assignments, and I accepted the fall courses that I was offered the Friday before this, and I sent in my book order, and then I had to send in a questionnaire about what my class was going to look like in the fall. I have chosen to do online only which is pretty much what most people are probably going to end up doing. It was just a question of if for some reason next semester at any point we are able to go back to in-person, do you want to go back to in-person? And I said no, because it wouldn't make sense to start a semester online and then have everyone come to campus. I think it would just be really confusing. And then this day I got birthday cards from my mom and my sister, so I marked that with a little gold envelope. And then I put in a Fox and Cactus crying girl, because this was the day I got the news that the dog was going to go to the vet on Wednesday. They had scheduled an appointment for her. And then we ended the day with Parks and Rec. Tuesday, I voiced over, edited, and scheduled my 420 Plan With Me. It was not 420 related at all. It's just that's the day that the week started, April 20th. And then I worked some more grading final assignments. And I put in a half box with a little paw print sticker, which is from a shop that is closed now, because my sister was sending us all photos of the dog throughout the day, which was really sweet. And more Parks and Rec at the end of the day. We watched Parks and Rec like every night this week because we were hooked at this point. Wednesday, I graded late work. I did very little work this day because I didn't really realize it at the time, but it was because the dog was going to the vet, and I knew this was her last day. So I was really not productive this day. So I put in a squared off half box, because I just was like spending the whole day rewatching Parks and Rec clips on YouTube and on Netflix. And I don't really like the term Netflix binge. I don't like the term binge for anything, really. But I had this sticker from a sampler of this girl just hanging out in a bathtub watching Netflix, and it says Netflix binge, so that's really what I was doing all day. And then I put in a half box with a little spaniel dog. It's from Fox and Cactus. It's a really old sticker, so I don't think she sells them anymore. But I just wrote, "We love you, Madison," and then wrote 2006 to 2020 with a little heart. I didn't expect to get upset recording this, but like seeing it in writing and rereading it has brought up some things. Yeah, and then so we ended the night with watching Parks and Rec. We finished season 4 and started season 5, which was really relatable, the relationship stuff going on there. Thursday, I put in the box that says "It always seems impossible until it is done" on the grad cap, because this was the day I was intending to finish grading, and I did. Sorry, I'm still like choked up from Wednesday. But yeah, I worked, I finished my grading, I posted the grades for late work, because I should explain, I was accepting late work from some students who got really far behind, because I had several students who their parents lost their jobs, or they had to take on a second job, or they were doing like odd jobs around their neighborhood to try to make ends meet. So I still had my grading deadline of this Friday, May 22nd, so unfortunately I couldn't extend it much past this day. But I was accepting late work because the world is a disaster right now. I felt the least I could do. And then I calculated final grades and submitted them to the registrar. Nathan had a Zoom interview this night for like a volunteer board. It wasn't for a job. It was just like an organization that he wanted to be a part of. He ended up becoming a part of that organization, so that's cool. And at the same time, I was on Zoom with my fellow TAs because we were all done grading and we just wanted to chat. So I put in a Fox and Cactus laptop girl for that. And then we continued watching season 5 of Parks and Rec that night. I had a peanut butter sandwich for dinner, according to this planner. I like to track my dinners because sometimes I just don't feel like eating regular food, and this was one of those weeks because I was sad and stressed. Then Friday morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. for some reason and kind of laid in bed, and then just got up at 6, which is early for me. Usually I get up around 7-ish. But for some reason, I was having really restless sleep. Not for some reason. I was sad and stressed, like I already said. So I got up really early this day. I opened a gift that my brother sent me for my birthday. It was a rosewood engraved pen it was engraved with my name, so that was really pretty. I should show you all that sometime. Got a lot of pens for my birthday this year. I guess I should be doing more writing. Then I did some exercise, so I put in a heart little thing for that. My Bank of America card was due this day, so I put in the bill due sticker. And spring grades were due this day, so that A+ paper grading sticker is from the sticker party. And we continued watching season 5 of Parks and Rec. Saturday morning, I got up and realized that Nathan had set up the class of 2020 balloons that I bought from Target, and I was feeling really not celebratory this week, especially because of Wednesday. And so Nathan was so kind to set up the balloons for me because I did not feel like blowing them up and setting them up. So that was a nice surprise. And then he organized a house party call with my family to congratulate me, so I marked that with a Fox and Cactus smartphone and an Oh Hello graduation cap, because that was funny. My siblings are so weird on video calls. At one point, they got out a watermelon and started putting googly eyes on it and then a wig. That's just how our phone calls go. Weird stuff happens that was not planned. And this day I was just feeling really overwhelmed, so I put in a Fox and Cactus Anxiety Girl on a piece of patterned washi. But I managed to pull myself out of bed at some point and trim my hair, which is so funny because right now I feel like my hair is still so long, but I guess that's kind of what happens when you trim your hair regularly. A lot of times I forget to trim my hair regularly. It's very long. If you've ever watched a vlog or anything, you know my hair is very long. Thinking about donating it again. I did that 3 years ago, and now that I'm gonna be in my house for a very long time, what's the worst that could happen? And again, on Saturday we watched more of season 5 of Parks and Rec. Nathan made burgers and I had a beer, so that was my little graduation celebration. I placed a Michael's order on Sunday. That's a whole other story. We'll talk about that next week. And I painted my nails and did grad photos on the back patio. So that DSLR sticker is from Fox and Cactus. I think some of the photos turned out pretty nice. We ended up doing more photos on campus later once I felt it was safe to go to campus, and actually going to campus is pretty safe because it's a big space and there's not many people around, so you can safely social distance. And we live right next to the campus where I went to school, so it's not like we're going super out of the way. But that'll be in a few weeks. We'll talk about that later. And then we ended out, that's not a phrase. We ended the week with more season 5 of Parks and Rec. So in the sidebar, I put a half box to mark that this was week 10 of our stay at home. Like I said, I put in washi, and I added 2 of the photos from the back patio, the 2 that I felt like were good vertical shots, and I wanted to show off all of my regalia and my master's hood, because I've noticed that some schools have a bachelor's hood, but I went to a University of California and a California State University, and they don't do that. So the master's hood is the first hood that you can get in our public university systems, apparently. But I've noticed some people get bachelor's hoods. I'm quite jealous of that, but oh well. So yes, that is my graduation / not graduation / my dog died / I was sad and didn't feel like doing a lot video. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate those of you who watch. I know I don't have a ton of people watching, so I really appreciate those of you who do. It means a lot to me. I feel like I know you. I feel like you know me. I don't know. Do you feel like that? Let me know. But I will talk to you later. Bye.